Yo guys, what is up? This is Tom from Unreal Matter and welcome back to a new video. This video will be a little bit longer because I want to show you how to use imperfections. This is the main focus of this video, and I created this little scene. I don't know if you can call it scene, but this is a box with this Lego minifigure, and you can see all those imperfection maps there, and I will show you my workflow. So let's start in Blender. I got this minifigure and let's start modeling. So let's take a plane, rotate it by 90 degrees like that, drag it up a bit. Okay, and now I will just extrude this around the figure. Actually, we can apply a mirror modifier so it's more easy. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Yeah, this is fine. Now let's apply a mirror modifier. Okay, so I set the origin to the 3D cursor and I applied the mirroring on the x-axis. Okay. Let's just extrude this around a bit. Like this. And you are very free here, make this how you like it. And this will be fine. Okay, let's set a loop cut and drag this down a bit. And inwards. Okay, and also a loop cut there. A loop cut here. And now I think this is okay, so let's extrude it. Like this, select all these edges. And let's extrude it to the back. And also let's drag this across the y-axis. Okay. And grab this. And this should work fine. Now we can go to object mode and apply this. And connect this face. Yeah. Let's also delete this little face down here. Let's also grab those two faces and delete them. And also this here and this. I know this doesn't look good, but we can connect those edges like this. And again, fill the whole thing. And this is more clean now. Okay, nice. And let's grab the outer edges and extrude them back too. Okay. Now we have to make a second layer. Rotate this by 90 degrees. Okay, and let's make this bigger. Okay, so let's grab this and this edge and extrude them. Okay, like this. And now grab this and this edge and do the same thing. And merge by distance. If you would extrude all the 4 edges at the same time, the face would be extruded, and this is not what we want. Now let's add something on the back. So let's rotate this again. Drag it to the back. So this is like the cardboard plastic thing, I don't know, at the back. Let's add some loop cuts to this. Now I will delete those faces. Yeah, this looks way better. Now we can also extrude this so it's a bit more thicker. Just press A, then extrude. This is too much, I think. But this should work fine actually. Yeah. And we can add a subdivision surface to this too. Let's increase the samples. 3 works fine. And add some more loop cuts to this. Okay, loop cuts everywhere, but you get what I mean. And let's add a subdivision surface to this too. More samples, of course. And again, we want way more loop cuts. This is so worse. So what I do is I add 2 loop cuts and then I press S and X so we can scale it on the X axis. Okay. And the same thing for the Z axis. Okay. And let's do that with the inner plastic too. So let's add a subdivision surface modifier. Set it to 3. Let's add those nice loop cuts. One here, and the same thing on the Z axis. Oh yes, this is really nice. And now let's press shade smooth. And we have some shading errors here, but that's fine. Okay guys, I fixed some shading errors and this looks fine now. Now I can press Alt H to reveal everything and shade the smooth. Then Auto smooth the normals and this looks fine. Now let's make a material for this background, really simple. And now let's just make a plastic texture. So I got this wave texture and scaled this up a lot. Now let's add a color ramp with 2 colors and let's give this a golden tint like this. And for the dark, let's grab this color and make it darker. Okay, this is fine. And make it more metallic. Actually, let's go to cycles for this. And I think this works actually very fine for plastic. Now let's grab your imperfection textures. Okay, I got some fingerprints and damage and stuff. Let's plug this into the roughness. Like this, and now go to UV editing, select everything and unwrap this. Okay, and if we go to shading, this looks way better. Yeah, pretty nice. Let's add another light actually. That's brighter, maybe a sunlight for the moment. Okay, this is better. Yeah, I think this works actually very fine. Let's delete those 2 imperfection textures and press Alt H. Now let's make a plastic material. To make a plastic material is a little bit complicated because we don't want a glass material, so we have to mix some shaders. So let's plug this into the surface. Then get a glossy BSDF. This goes into one of those values. And we have to grab a geometry node. And the normal goes into the normal of the geometry. Let's set a value of 0.005 for the roughness. Okay, and you can already see how that changes. So it reflects the light already. But that's not everything, because we need transmission now. So grab a mix shader again, and this goes into this shader input. Then we need a transparent and a translucent BSDF and set those up like this. And you can see we got some changes already. Now we need a layer weight node, and the facing goes into the factor. And we could leave it like that, but let's improve it a little bit more actually. So we need a Fresnel node, and this goes into the factor of the first mix shader. Okay. And we need a math node. So let's grab an add node. It's right at the start, and connect this up to the IOR. Then we need two math nodes again, and these are set to multiply. Let's multiply those values. And then again a geometry node. This will be connected to another math node that is set to subtract. And this goes into the lower value of the multiply. And let's connect this to the back facing. And this value will be 1. So it looks like this. And also the back facing will be connected to this lower value. And now we need a math node again, and this will be set to divide. For the last step, we need a value node that is set to 1.48, and this will be plugged into the divide here. This value will be 1, and also it will be plugged into this multiply here. And yeah, this works. Also, let's copy and paste this and set a value of 0.25, and this goes into this blending. Okay, and we have a nice plastic material and can add the imperfections from here too. You can also make this plastic colored if you change the color here, like this. But I will leave it at white for now. And now I will grab this imperfection texture and plug it into the translucent BSDF and also in the color of the glossy BSDF. And this looks way nicer. Let's also apply this material here. Okay, and this works very, very fine. Nice. Let's shade the minifigure now. And let's give this a gold material. So we can zoom in. And let's make it a golden color. And turn up the metallic values. Specular down. Then you can adjust the roughness how you like it. It's actually too saturated. This looks more like gold. And again, let's grab an image texture and don't forget to unwrap it. And I plugged it into the roughness and you can see how this looks. I think the imperfection is too small, so let's make it a bit bigger by setting a scale of 0.5. And this is too strong, maybe 0.2. 0.2 works fine. Let's mix this with a color you like. So white is not metallic and black is very, very reflective. Yeah, this works fine. And then adjust this. I think that's okay, like this. And also let's add fingerprints to this. So I got the fingerprints texture and only view this for the moment. And this is way too big. So let's adjust this a little bit too. And yeah, this is nice. This is how imperfection maps work. And for the base color, I will show you a little trick too. So for the color one, select this and plug it in. And then we will add ambient occlusion, so this looks way nicer. Plug this into color 2, set this to multiply. And you can see how the ambient occlusion changes the shading of the figure. And you can adjust this how you like. And then let's make everything visible again. Yeah, very, very cool. This is actually everything. Of course, you could add an image to the background or something, but I wanted to show you the workflow with the imperfection maps, and I think you know how this works now. Yeah, I hope I could help you a little bit. If yes, leave a thumbs up. If no, leave thumbs down. I'll see you next time, and bye.